What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you so much for checking out this video and supporting the channel. Friends, family, neighbors, eBay customers, YouTube subscribers, everybody across the board. You are all amazing human beings. At the time I'm making this video, we're just a handful of subscribers from reaching 1,700 subscribers. Thank you, everybody that's helped the channel to get this far. I'm really appreciative of that. But if you want to continue to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, comment in the comments section below, and hit the bell to receive notifications. You got words and things on the bottom if you want to help to support the channel financially. Check out my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001, where I'm selling baseball cards and various other items from time to time. Also, if you want to make a small one-time donation, click on my coffee link. That's all appreciated, folks. So, I've been waiting to talk about this guy for a while. I've had this in my backlog for a few weeks now. What we're looking at right here is Transformers Studios Series More Than Meets the Eye Collection Hot Rod. Now, this particular Hot Rod is based off the way he looked inside Transformers the movie with the proper magenta colors. Behind him, I do have the previous version of Studio Series Hot Rod, which is still not a bad Hot Rod. But as Transformers fans will have it, they wanted this magenta-colored one. Hasbro responded. We did eventually get one. Unfortunately for me, I had to get this imported from Canada when they announced the release because they sold out immediately on Target's website. Apparently, this was a Target exclusive. But I did manage to get one from Canada, and of course, I had to pay a dumbass tariff on it. What else is new? But I did get one, and here he is. We're going to take a look at the box first. Transformers, the Studio Series, blah, 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 all that good stuff. He's still confined to his cardboard plastic prison, and you see the image of him with the fishing pole in there. Apparently, he's got some more bells and whistles compared to the previous iteration. Again, like I said, I've got him right here. You look at the side of the box, that comes from one of the scenes in Transformers the movie from back in the days. There he is, trying to catch fish. Over here, he's got a lightsaber thing with a shield. There he is, transformed in his magenta colors, and he's got his fishing pole right there. And 40th anniversary, blah, 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 all that kind of good stuff. Now, to be time appropriate, we got Galvatron fighting Rodimus Prime. I got the Akai or Achi Studios, however you pronounce it, head upgrade to my Rodimus Prime. My Galvatron's completely upgraded with two different upgrade kits, new spire, new head, shin upgrades, all that good stuff. I thought it'd be nice to put them two in the background right there. But we're going to crack open Hot Rod right here and take a look at what we got. Now that we've got More Than Meets the Eye Studio Series Hot Rod out of his plastic and cardboard prison, let's take a look at what we got. First off, like always, we're going to take the box, which is right here, and we are going to throw it on the kitchen floor until later on. Here's the paperwork. You got the instruction manual. That is a fold-out, which is typical of these Transformers. So it gives you all of these diagrams, how to transform him, and storage and all that kind of stuff. I'm really not a stickler on storage. I put everything in bins because I'm not a man-child that way. I'm not going to bitch and moan about storage. That's important to some people. It's not to me. But this Hot Rod comes with a lot more bells and whistles. So this Hot Rod, which is this guy right here, comes with his fishing pole. He does come with the same type of blasters, as a matter of fact. There you go, except the only difference is when you look at the first issue, you see it doesn't have these magenta marks on it. This one does, so that's a little bit of a difference right there. And he comes with the blade that he uses when him and Cup are stuck on the Quintesson planet. He's got the practice lightsaber. There's a shield. And of course, he's got the matrix right here, this blue matrix. It is what it is. We're going to get these accessories out of the way because I want to focus on the robots themselves and compare the two. So right off the bat, just by looking at it by eye, the legs are much lighter on this guy than on the original release. The orange is a little bit more, I want to say a little bit more darker and a little bit more pronounced. The magenta looks really nice. In the hip area right here, you got two different color schemes. Right here, it's just flat red. So I like that. The face sculpt is the same. The head also is a little different when it comes to the colors. You can see the colored plastic is clearly different on the two of these. You see the windshields there on the back. Once we get this guy transformed over here, I'm not going to waste my time transforming this guy, but you look at the back, you can clearly see the differences in the color scheme right there, but you can also see the difference in the colors of the windows back there, so that's good. Right here, that yellow on the back, they made completely magenta, which is awesome. The blasters on the arms, or the exhaust pipes on the arms, are actually gray, where this is like a silvery gray thing, something. This looks like painted silver, where this is just gray plastic, I think, or maybe that's gray paint, I don't know. I'm going to assume that's just gray paint. Even the tires are slightly lighter in color, if you look at their shoulders right there. I hate to admit it, but I like this guy a teensy more, because he's very pronounced, and he does look very, very cartoon accurate as to what he looked like in a movie. Not going to lie. Articulation-wise, you got the up and down on the arms. I know this is important to people. You got the elbow rotation. You do got wrist rotation. Hands do open and close, which is kind of neat. Head does swivel. He does look up and down, which is cool. He's got waist swivel, which is cool. He can definitely do the high kick. Wah! So you get the high kick. You've got front and back movement. You got leg movement in the knees. And, of course, you got a little bit of foot movement there. And then, of course, the ankles do pivot. So I'm sure you can get some nice dynamic poses out of this guy. Really, really cool. Nice clean back, which is awesome. Looks very, very nice. I like it. I mean, he looks as cartoon accurate as a toy is going to get. I'm going to assume that that's for storage right there. He's got a butthole. Very inappropriate place to put a hole for storage, but whatever. Not too shabby. I mean, in all honesty, he looks so much better than the previous release. But let's get him into car mode, get him into his alt mode. Let's check him out and see what it looks like. I'll be right back, folks. Well, there he is, all transformed into his vehicle mode, and I tell you what, he looks just like his animation model. It looks so amazing. Now, my copy is a little tight in some areas and a little finicky in others. You know, I'm just opening this guy up for the first time. I almost forgot how to transform him, but he's a very easy transformation. It is still a little complicated. You can see, like, the parts are kind of, like, popping out here and there. But for what it is, let me tell you, this is a really, really nice looking hot rod. It's very cartoon accurate. I get that 1980s nostalgia out of this guy. Because I'm on a smooth surface here, I mean, you kind of push him along a little bit. You know, it creates the illusion like he's rolling. I mean, if you had a more rough surface, I'm sure that these tires would spin, because these tires are plastic and not rubber. Not a lot of robot junk on the bottom. It hides away quite well, although you see that. I mean, it is what it is. It's a great robot. It looks really nice. And one thing I forgot to do, because this particular windshield is a little different than the one on the previous model. Don't forget to spin the head around, because otherwise Hot Rod's head will be poking through that windshield, which looks a little odd and creepy. The spoiler looks dope on this thing. I really love it. But yeah, you get that 1980s nostalgia out of this guy. Now, the thing with this particular hot rod, just like the previous iteration of him, is that, you know, you have to fold things and twist things and flip things. And again, it's not really a hard transformation, but just be careful, because some parts may pop off here and there. They're really easy to put back together, but otherwise, it's really not a hard transformation. You just got to make sure that the parts fit correctly and together. In some areas, you can see, like, again, because my copy's still fairly tight and new, you know, things aren't exactly lined up properly. I'm not going to force anything, because he's going to be displayed in robot mode anyway, but look at how nice that looks. He looks amazing. He's much more vibrant in this color scheme than he is in the previous iteration. I mean, obviously, you got a little bit of robot junk over here, but hey, who cares, right? It looks cool. It looks nice. It's much better than any other hot rod I've seen in the past. You know, obviously with the previous iteration, this one is going more for the movie look and the cartoon correct look. I really, really like this vehicle mode. It looks awesome. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get him transformed back into his robot mode. I'll give you my final thoughts. Now, before I give you my final thoughts on this guy, there were a couple things I want to mention before I wrap up this video. So there is a little bit of parts forming, just like on the previous version, where you have to pull these little bits off to complete either his robot mode or his vehicle mode. So these do tend to pop off sometimes. I prefer to pop them off. It's just a lot easier to get them out of the way, and then you could just plug them right back in. I found that to be easiest for me because you have to flip things and twist things and spin things, and he really works out as a nice, really complete transformer. He really does. And then, of course, you got his little welding iron right there. What's cool about this right here, when you spin his hand inside and out, is that you can add his cutting tool to his hand, which on my copy for right now, it's just a little tight, so I want to be careful with that. But if you want to start swinging robotic vines around, you can, which is pretty cool. I want to get his hand out here real quick and spin it around. And I'll get the other one spun around because I want to show you the fishing rod and all that kind of stuff as well. I always forget. Oh, yeah, it's this way. Okay. Of course, I'm on camera, so it's not going to work out the way I wanted to. You see, like, this is going to keep popping off, so I'd rather just, for right now, get it out of the way and then snap it right back on. No big deal, folks. You do what you want with your toy. I'll do with what I want with my toy. So you just fit those little bits back on there. Spin his hand around. Do whatever you want. All right. Now, I'm going to set him up with one of his guns first and foremost, which you can do that. Of course, his hands do open and close, which is cool, and his weapons do fit in his hands quite well. So, open up his little grabby hands here. If Hot Rod will cooperate, of course, he's a Turbo Ravin young punk. He'll get straightened out yet, according to Cut. Ooh, this one wants to be stubborn. Okay, there, now it opened up. Always happens on camera, folks. You think things are going to go to plan? Of course not. So there he is with his. He's got his laser rifles right there, or his laser guns. And then, of course, we get these out of his hands. We'll switch out to the shield. So you put his shield in his hand just like so. And then you got his lightsaber, of course. If you want to do that, you can. And that plugs in really nice. So now if he wants to go play in the Star Wars universe, he can. Of course, he's not going to want to stand up on his own accord because I'm on camera. There you go. Hey! So there you go. That's his lightsaber and shield. Then, of course, now we got the fishing pole. So this hand was a little stubborn. My copy's a little tight. That's what it is. So we'll get that out of the way. We'll put the fishing pole in his hands if we can. So we'll turn this one this way. Let's see if we can get this to work. It should be able to work. Get that hand here. Open up this hand there. And there you go. He's holding this fishing rod. So now if he wants to cast out, he can cast a line and hopefully he catches some fish with spike. And then last but not least, it's a lot of fun, this action figure. He's got a lot of accessories compared to his predecessor. Then we got the Matrix of Leadership, of course. So we can put that in his grabby hands like that. If we can do this properly. Come on, Roddy. Your future self is right behind you, so don't let yourself down here. Of course, we know Hot Rod always had identity issues and confidence issues, even as Rodimus Prime. So there he is. He gets to hold the Matrix. Sort of, kind of. There you go. Let me see if I can just make this a little bit more centered. There we go. Something like that. He's got the Matrix in his hand. But I tell you what, he's a really, really fun action figure. He looks so much nicer than his predecessor. I mean, again, there's really nothing wrong with the previous iteration of this figure. It's just, it looks so much more cartoon accurate. They're both fun action figures in their own right. I recommend either one for your collection, but obviously if you're going for cartoon accuracy, if you're looking for movie accuracy, you definitely want the Hot Rod on the right. If you really don't care about that sort of thing, you go for the one on the left. Either one is fine. But I will be replacing this guy with this guy right here. So there you have it, folks. That's my review of Studio Series More Than Meets the Eye Hot Rod. Let's just bring his future self into the picture right here. We got him battling Galvatron. We got Rodimus Prime here. We got Galvatron here. We'll bring them a little closer. And there you have it, folks. I really had a lot of fun doing this video. Transformation wasn't all that bad. It was fairly simple. Again, you have to flip-flop things and spin things around and yada, yada, yada. But he's a fun figure. Even his predecessor was a lot of fun. I recommend either or. But if you're looking for cartoon accuracy, this is definitely the way to go. I'm very happy to have this guy in my collection. And I definitely will be parting ways with this guy right here because there's no point in having two Hot Rods. So thank you very much, everybody, for checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to receive notifications. Check out my eBay store, The Carolina Collector 001. The link is in the description box below. And if you want to donate to the channel, click on my Ko-fi link. That link is also in the description box below. Take care, God bless, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, everybody.